Hi, it's Angie. Good morning. I don't have the greatest lighting here. Now, good morning. Welcome to my channel. So all my videos are, I don't know. This dream really confuses me because I'm going to talk about Monique and Spencer Tepe. Now, this is kind of where I get confused because we don't know everything. We don't know everything. We don't know what went on. All we know is that Spencer and Monique were murdered, and that Dr. Michael David McKee is being held accountable for it. Now, hear me out, because Spirit knows everything. Spirit knows everything. You can run, but you can't hide. So I'm just going to try to articulate this dream, and maybe I'll channel something to kind of connect a dot here. So this might be a little bit longer of a video. Now, so keep in mind, I got married at home as well. And her wedding reminds me of my wedding. The difference is I didn't have, I had a lot of snakes in the grass that I didn't know about till years later. And I didn't have a professional photographer like Rob, is it Mislo or Mislu or whatever his name is. So let me get this dream out first. So I was at my former place of work, which I like to refer to as, sometimes it's the Cracker Barrel Club for personal reasons, and sometimes it's the TDS, okay? So you can fill in the blanks. It doesn't necessarily mean Trump deranged syndrome, it doesn't. Now, I was at my place of work. Now, there's something here that is significant, and I can't put my finger on it. I was wearing these colored pants, kind of like, and I had a gray oversized t-shirt on, which is not something that I would have ever worn to work. And I was at my former co-worker's workstation, and she was an older woman. She was much older than me. This is true. All of this is true. And her and I were really, really good friends. I would confide in her about everything. Well, everything. Nothing nasty, but her and I were really close friends. She helped me a lot at my former place of work. And I went to her because I worked in the real estate department, and I worked in the legal department, and she was a title searcher, which is someone that would take a look at plans and things of that sort, and I would have to ask her for help. In this particular scene of this dream, I went to her because I was looking at a kind of like a piece of paper, and I didn't recognize I didn't recognize something on this piece of paper, so I went to her because she was like a fountain of information. She was like historical. She had all the historical records of everything. And in this dream pops up a guy named Rob, okay? And Rob was bald. I don't know if that pertains to anything. And Rob was an Italian. And he wasn't an Italian stallion, he just was an Italian. But for some reason, Rob was looking at me, and I was asking my friend she says, well, do you want me to take you to show you the plans, to where these plans are kept? So keep in mind, this woman did come to my wedding. She was one of the people that did come to my wedding. So here I am sitting here. I was talking to my husband. I said, why would these two people show up in my dream this morning? And as well, my husband and I had a funny little saying that we used to say, because we went to Costa Rica one time, but there was this funny little saying. Now, I'm sitting here trying to think why, because I'm thinking about Monique Tempe's wedding. My wedding was kept a secret. My wedding, the only people that knew when we were getting married were some of the people that were coming from out of town, just because of the distance. My friend that I'm talking about that showed up in this dream didn't even know we were getting married. It was a surprise. When she showed up at our house, it was epic. Now, okay, so that's what I have to somehow put together, because Rob, an Italian, is showing up here. And I went to sleep last night thinking to myself, I looked at the wedding of Monique and Spencer, and there was over 77,000 views on it. It's the only one that he has posted on his YouTube channel. I'm also of the mindset, because I get very confused. I get very confused as to why so many people knew about this deranged character and did nothing about it. Didn't, like, somebody, it feels to me that somebody is going to have egg on their face. And another thing that I'm confused about is, why is this Rob guy and Gina out here talking about this case when there is a serious criminal defense lawyer out there that's just waiting for this? People don't understand. I think that everybody is going to come to this party. And I think it just feels to me that there's an Italian here, and there's an older woman, she was much older than me, that somebody that confided in somebody about something. That's the only thing I can get from this, because I'm confused as to why this Italian is showing up in my wedding, and perhaps I'm being reminded as to why this Italian posted that video on YouTube, their wedding video. So sometimes this has to stay with me, because she being Monique, and this whole family had an incredible deranged person in the center of their universe. And I don't know, there's something with the speak easy here. There was a lot of partying going on, and I don't know. That's what I'm trying to fit together here. So we'll just leave it at that, because this Rob is coming up, an Italian is coming up in my dream, and so is an older woman that I confided in about some kind of archaic plans or some kind of plans. Did somebody let this guy, this deranged doctor, know about their wedding? Was that what set him off? We don't know. So, was it the kiss? Maybe somebody should have kept it simple, stupid. And maybe somebody should have taken down that video, especially knowing that this could be the coulda, woulda, shoulda. So, I'm just going to bring up HG Tudor. Okay, so HG Tudor is an aware psychopath, narcissistic psychopath. If you just go to his channel, you'll see the mindset of an obsessed cracker barrel or cuckoo bird. He has over 6,000 videos of Meghan Markle. For whatever reason, it doesn't take much because I'm looking at my drink here. It doesn't take much for that Transylvania guy, vampire, but night stalker, to get irritated. Everything, every song that they sing about, every photo, everything she even so much as bakes, the tiramisu, everything is under a microscope for this character that they arrested. Everything, even the dog being in the wedding video. This guy had serious evil thoughts, and maybe they contributed to this, because it was the first person that everybody thought of. Within 15 minutes, Gina said it had to be the ex. I would be royally pissed if I was the Tepe family. I would be royally pissed that everybody knew this and did nothing about it. Song, blue, weeping, and everybody's sitting there weeping like a willow. And so that's kind of like a longer introduction, but I have to get that dream out there because maybe somebody else can help me articulate it. But could be, is there honeymoon photos or something? Facebook could be contributing to this. So let's just see what comes out here. And this is wicked. Something with a fairy godmother. Did she confide in somebody or something here? Oh. There's that competitive card. This is the confusion, chaos and confusion. There's a lot of chaos and confusion in this court case. This is the this feels like a Meghan Markle. Somebody out here was kind of like a Meghan Markle, but this is the jealousy card. Very odd behavior. Very odd behavior. This is all about Eve. This card. If you've ever watched that movie, that's about intense jealousy. And I kept our, I didn't post anything about our wedding because I never had Facebook. Spirit's telling me through my dreams, because that's how we get messages, is that there's something here about this planning. Now, keep in mind, where these people worked was in real estate. So like planning, there's something with the planning and drafting, draftsman. He was a draftsman. You may not know what I'm talking about, but this was all, there's something here in the engineering, something with the engineering. It's about Tepe. Maybe somebody was looking at, maybe somebody was doing research on the house, because it had something to do with me going and asking help for a parcel of land or a property. Like as if Sawyer Brown. I don't know who sings that. Sneaky Yanni. That's an Italian, isn't it? Sneaky Yanni? Is Yanni Italian? This was lots of sneaking around here. This type of person, very dangerous type of person. That's a family blood relative. So I'm not insinuating here, but all I'm trying to do is put together this dream that I had, because I'm perplexed. But this one here reminds me of Dr. McKee. Lawsuits, lying about things, running from lawsuits, running away. That one too was obsessed with an ex. And had played with firearms. Okay, so I'm taking one from my guardian angel deck, and I just had to say that of an introduction, because psychic mediums, we do get messages, and you get a lot of different things, and it comes through, someone's having a meltdown here. Someone's going to have a meltdown, or they did have a meltdown, but it comes through, because he was having a meltdown, this deranger guy, because of the fact that she left him. I could be talking about other people as well. Yeah, this is this is the child. This possibly, like I said, every single thing that she did in her life could have been a repeated narcissistic injury. And putting things in the public may have contributed to it. That's the shovel. This, you know, even that tiramisu, she said, Gina was saying they were shoveling it in. Even that. I don't know what their Facebook things, but it's a young entrepreneur card. That's my son. And like I said, there are many, many split ups that people don't go hairy canary like that. Okay, so something about a resolution. Resolution could be photographs, or a resolution could be to resolve things. It wouldn't be very good if he pled guilty, because I think it would leave a lot of things as to why. But I think we have a big understanding as to why and how he got in. Okay. Yeah, this is the Dr. Moody. You know, I look a little bit haggard today, knackered. Now, this Dr. Moody, that's possibly what he was. Very, very moody, very, very challenging to be married to this type of personality. And that's when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Just obsessed. But, you know, a lot of people knew about it. He wanted to be her knight in shining armor. Him being, well, she met her knight in shining armor. Everything goes under a microscope when you have this type of psychopath. It goes under the Dr. McKee's scope. Everything that they do on social media, they're probably profiling it. And it could be that this card, there's a meaning here, sneaky Yanni. Is Yanni Italian, I think? That bothers me, that card. That's the gambler card. You know, when they start going through the Tepe's life, everything comes to the table, especially with the defense. Every guy she went out with, every relationship, they're going to try to pick apart everything. And for me, I just find it egregious that this Rob guy was out there chiming his big mouth about what, oh yeah, that's another one too. That's that Melissa Gilbert. I was surprised. I was just, what was her husband's name? I was surprised. I didn't realize that Melissa Gilbert's husband did what he did, or allegedly did what he did. She's out there protecting her husband. I haven't really thought too much about it. But that's the Little House on the Prairie. You know, I don't know. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. This one here, you don't want to be around these people because they're very, very macabre. Okay, so I'm taking one from my Guardian Angel deck. That's that 10 to 2 card. That's that Mike card. Could be Mike McKee. But I know this person went through severe, severe, severe stress and died at a very young age, just like the Tepes did. And it feels to me that Spencer was that type of guy that would have done anything for Monique, did the dishes, kind of like a stay-at-home dad a little bit, but working at the same time. Okay, so something with resolution here, or resolution. But that could be camera. That could be resolving something. So a little bit of a longer video today with horrible lighting. Absolutely horrible lighting. Somebody let somebody in. I just keep thinking of those, of the people that showed up in my dream. Like, why wasn't it this type of person? Because I knew that guy's name was Rob. Why does Spirit show me that Rob? Because I worked with another Rob too. But it's something to do with engineering or something to do with planning, and an older woman that I used to confide in. Could be an element of surprise here. Okay, so I've shuffled enough, and I guess the gang's all here because we got married at home too. It says element of surprise here. Oh, isn't this interesting? Lots of twists and turns. There's lots of twists and turns. This is the temper tantrum card. But this is also the social or the school teacher card here. I'm not going to show it because it just has, this is not somebody, this is when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. This could be kind of like a snaggle puss. Just give me a second here. Was this neighbor? Because this Rob guy in my dream lived beside a guy that was even Steven. This could be some kind of neighbor around that doctor, not Spencer. Well, it could be, but the neighbor around that doctor, well, Dr. Tepe. The storm is coming. Lots of twists and turns. This is the enabler card. That's the enabler card. I write something sketchy here. Something's very sketchy here. Okay, so I'm taking one here. You know, I wanted to say sanctimonious. This is the candid camera card. I'm not talking about Candy Owens here, but she is off her rocker allegedly. But it's this poison. There's a lot of poison around Monique, clearly. You know, some people take offense. Some people take offense to second marriages, having children out of wedlock. This is the judging card. Somebody possibly judged her. It felt to me that Monique and Spencer were a very docile couple. And somebody had a hand in this. Okay, so that's it for today. Have a wonderful day. Somebody felt like a sore loser. This is more than just a crush. There's a song there. Okay, so this is it. This is the last card. Jeez, that's a heavy shuffle. This is that name calling, 10 to 2. This is the name calling card. That's the name calling card. And that's the palm olive card. I can't figure this out. But anyways, this person named Mike is in spirit. And all I know is this video is for entertainment purposes. And all I know is I think it was egregious for Rob to and Gina to be out there talking about stuff when there's still, well, it hasn't even started yet, this whole trial. So if anybody has any idea as to why I would be dreaming about somebody with Rob and a former coworker that I confided in, and I was wearing a gray t-shirt with some colored pants and I was in a little bit of a heel, and it beats me, as they say. So take care, have a wonderful day, and I was thinking about doing, I keep saying I'm going to do a live, but I was thinking about doing a live one time, but we'll just leave it into the powers that be. Take care, have a wonderful day. It's all done. Enjoy.